All right. We'd like to welcome defending champion Harris English back. What's it feel like to come back to a tournament when you're defending? It's been a little while since you've had to do that.
It has. It feels amazing. I mean, this is such a special spot for me. I mean, even before last year, this is one of my favorite places on the tour to come to. I think I came here in 2007. I played the U.S. Junior up at Rancho Santa Fe. I'd never been to California before. Obviously, had watched a lot of tournaments here at Torrey Pines, and my dad brought me out here. I'd hit some balls in the range out here. I think I had a burger dog out here on the range. Checked it out. Little did I know that this would turn into one of my favorite courses, and to get a win here last year was kind of the cherry on top. I've been close here a few times, and kind of always had that in the back of my mind that this is one of the places that I want to win at with, all the history that is at this course. So it's very special to come back and have a lot of good memories from here.
Okay, you started the season last week at the American Express, tied for 27th. How would you assess that week and getting prepared for the season here?
Yeah, I kind of use that as a good kickstart, good warm-up for the year. Obviously, pretty bad weather back in Georgia, and it's nice to get out to Palm Springs and have some really good weather, and you really get to see where your game's at. For me, I can do all the practicing in the world, but until you get in tournament conditions and start to feel that kind of adrenaline, you don't really know where your game's at. So I feel pretty good about it. Obviously, the scores are really low, and 17 under is pretty good out there, and I feel pretty good coming in this week.
Okay, we'll take some questions. If you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll get you a microphone. We'll start with Cameron.
Ludwig was in here just about 20 minutes ago and joking about, I guess you guys were talking last week about how you're both somewhat defending champions at Torrey Pines. How unique is it to have a situation like that, and what was kind of that banter like?
Yeah, somebody was asking, I can't remember if it was one of our Pro-Am partners. He was like, hey, you're defending next week, kind of talking to me. And I was like, well, he's actually won more recently than I have. We're kind of both defending coming into this week. So we had some good back and forth. But, it was an unfortunate situation last year with the Genesis, but lucky enough to have the tournament back here at Torrey. And it was a good week, and Ludd plays like he always does, really good.
When you think back to that week, I think it was the second round, had some pretty crazy high wins, but when you think back to your first win in a few years, what's the memory that comes to mind?
Yeah, just the grind of it. I love when the conditions get like that, especially at a place like this. Kind of par is your friend. Like you're playing a chess match out there, and even on Sunday I didn't drive it great. Hit in the rough a lot, and just kind of kept putting myself in places to where I could get up and down, and just kind of leaned on my short game and leaned on my putter. And rounds like that, when the weather gets like that, you don't have to make a lot of birdies. You don't have to be aggressive, and that's kind of my style of golf, of letting the round come to me and just keep staying in it.
All right, go to Doug.
I feel like, Harris, you made a lot of really good pars lag putting last year. I feel like there was one late in the round, and I'm just curious how difficult it is to two-putt from 40, 50 feet out here. And I also thought Georgia guys didn't like POA.
I've learned to love it, dog. I grew up on Bermuda grass back home. Hadn't seen Poana a whole lot until I got on the PGA Tour. So you kind of learn to love it and learn to read them a little differently and play a little bit more break and dive in the hole. So you got to change. For me, I'm a pretty aggressive putter where I always, if I miss it, I'm going 2 or 3 feet past the hole. So you got to change your approach a little bit on some of these putts out here. But yeah, my putting was incredible last year. I was super confident with it, and having some of those good lag putts down the stretch when you're kind of feeling the pressure, and if you can lag it up there within a foot or two, you don't have those knee knockers out here on Poana late in the day, which are pretty tough. So I did a good job of really controlling my speed and kept that par streak alive.
And secondly, and I would ask this as you being one of the leading newsmakers on tour, did your initial reaction differ when you heard about Brooks coming back compared with when you heard about Patrick wanting to come back?
I just saw the Patrick news when I was working out in the trailer this morning. I saw it pop up. I didn't do Twitter or anything this morning. I kind of knew the Brooks thing was coming by some of those comments. I didn't know it was going to happen this quickly. But as you're seeing, kind of the dominoes are starting to fall of maybe those guys on the LIV Tour are not that happy out there, and the grass is not greener on the other side, and they're seeing the PGA Tour getting stronger and having more success, and kind of seeing that money is not the end-all, be-all. Like, that doesn't fulfill them. It doesn't fulfill me. They're still competitors. They're competitive people, and they love playing in the biggest events against the best players in the world. And for me, that's out here on the PGA Tour, and I think they're starting to realize that that's what fulfills them.
Okay, we'll go over on this side.
You're talking about this being one of your favorite places. I'm curious if you have a favorite hole or maybe stretch of holes on either of the two courses out there.
The back nine's pretty special out here. I mean, you have 10, 11, 12, probably are three of the hardest holes in a stretch on the PGA Tour. Probably I mean, I don't really like that back tee on 13. I mean, for me, I hit it around 300 yards. Like, I hit a good drive and I can't go for the green. Have to hit a blind shot, lay up down there. So if that tee's a little more forward, that's an awesome hole, good risk-reward hole. I really love 14. Like, that's probably my favorite hole out here. Kind of the backdrop of the valley behind the green. I mean, that's kind of Torrey Pines to me is what that is. And you have so many scenic holes out here. It's hard to pick one, but for me, that 14th hole is a very pivotal moment on the back nine.
All right. Do we have one down the front here? Yeah. Go ahead.
We just had Ludwig in here, and obviously another big guy. And before him, we had J.J. Spahn, who's, I think, all of 5'8". The tour has kind of gone more towards bigger, stronger guys in recent years. What can you say about the season he had last year at his size, the way courses are set up these days?
I think it's awesome what JJ did last year. I mean, for us as players, we've seen it coming for a long time. I played him in the U.S. Pub Links back in, I think, 2011, maybe in the quarterfinals or something. But I've known JJ for a long time and known how good a player he was, and for him to finally start believing that he's a good player. I remember playing with him, I think it was at Dallas at Trinity Forest, I don't know how many years ago. And basically, like, asking him, like, how are you not playing better? Like, I just played with you for 36 holes, and, like, you didn't miss a shot. Like, what's going on? And he's finally starting to believe that, A, he can win big golf tournaments and he can compete, and his game fits just great on the PGA Tour. I mean, what he did at Oakmont was incredible. I love to see that. He's such a great guy, fun to be around, and works hard, and it's great to see stories like that. I think that's what makes the PGA Tour so great is people would say, like, oh, JJ's a journeyman, all that, but I mean, a lot of these guys are so good out here, and having something click like that for him can make the world difference.
Go ahead, Doug.
Harris, to Doug's joke about being a newsmaker,
That was a joke.
That story got a lot of legs. Had a lot of legs. Were you surprised that it did blow up as much as it did, because you were just kind of talking about what you'd heard or what you thought? And secondly, do you still kind of stand by since other things you've heard, do you still kind of stand by what your thoughts were at the time?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked that how that news broke, because I was coming at it of, like, what I thought the tour was going to go towards, and they're still in process of that. I don't really know any more details of when it's going to happen, what's going to happen. I just got on the player advisory council for this year. I hadn't been on it in 12 or 13 years, so it's nice to kind of be back in the room and hearing some stuff going on. I've got some friends that are on the board, but I know they're working really hard. They're looking at it from all angles of how can we make this tour better? How do we evolve? How do we make it better for the players? How do we make it better for the fans? The media deals. I mean, there's so many different things you got to look at, and they're putting a lot of time and effort into it. And for us as players, we thank the board members and all the work they're doing, because I think they're on the right track, and they're going to make the PGA Tour as good as it can be and as strong as it's ever been.
Anything further? Go back over this side. Todd? Thanks. Thank you.
Just to follow up on that, as a champion here on this course, there's been some talk that this tournament doesn't have a sponsor for next year. Where it sits in the schedule may be in jeopardy with the scarcity talk. What are your thoughts on the possibility that this could go away?
Yeah, I would hate for it to go away. I mean, this is one of the cornerstone events on the PGA Tour. I'll do anything as a PGA Tour member, a past champion, to help find a sponsor to help keep this tournament here at Torrey Pines, because you have a lot of guys that feel the same way I do, that love this place, and such an iconic place here at Torrey. Farmers has done an unbelievable job running this event and putting on this event for, I don't know how many years they've been on board, but a long time, and it'd be a shame for us to lose this event. So I'll do anything in my power to help keep it here.
All right. Thank you, Harris. We appreciate your time, and good luck this week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.